In the early morning of January 7th, the opening manager of the Laramie County Library noticed something was wrong.
Didn't have access to phones, didn't have access to email, stuff like that, and alerted IT. And as we started to dig into things to try to figure out what had happened, and discovered that we had been hit by a ransomware attack.
That was Mike Camber, the IT manager for the Laramie County Library. Ransomware is a type of software that hacks into a computer system and holds that system for ransom in exchange for payment. The group behind the attack has been identified as Akira. Akira has been making similar attacks across the country. A ransom note was uploaded during the hack, making it apparent that the group was trying to extort the library.
They did not make specific demands. What they were telling us to do was get on the dark web, join one of their webs, and actually join a chat. And they would have a conversation with us. And I'm assuming at that point, that's when they would have given us the exact amount of Bitcoin and the Bitcoin address to pay to.
The library was able to get their servers back up and running due to a backup that the server created only 3 hours before the attack. No data was lost during the attack, and if you have a library card, your data had no risk of being compromised.
We actually do not store any patron records. Those are all owned by the Wyoming State Library.
The Laramie County Library was able to recover its servers, but this most likely won't be their last attack. To understand more about ransomware attacks, I spoke with Laura Baker, the executive director of Cyber Wyoming. Cyber Wyoming is a nonprofit that provides educational resources to help the public protect themselves from cybercrimes. Baker says that ransomware attacks are becoming more prevalent as software becomes more accessible.
It's really hard to stay on top of all of the different hackers that are buying these ransomware as a service, which basically means they go out and they buy the software and then they try to get, an audience to scam.
Baker says that the most common way ransomware can get into your computer system is through phishing scams. More recently, phishing scams have been using AI to even impersonate people you know.
Oh, they impersonated my boss, or they impersonated my dad, or they impersonated somebody I know. It looked really legit. And if there's a link with it, that's how you can often get ransomware. It'll download some malicious software and wham, now your computer's held for hostage.
If your system succumbs to ransomware, local law enforcement shouldn't be your only call.
So call the FBI and the ic3.gov, which is the FBI's website. Put a complaint on there. Call the U.S. Secret Service. Call local law enforcement.
The ransomware attack has been reported to the FBI under their Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency and is currently being investigated.